welcome to Minerals, Rocks, and Fossil Talks. Matthew, that's Jen.
Okay.
So, what is geology?
It is the study of rocks, but it's more than just the study of rocks. It's the study of rocks and how they interact with each other in the world.
And more than that, it's the study of the history of Earth. A rock is a great storyteller if you know how to listen.
So the best place to start is to talk about what the Earth is made of. And we're not just talking basic rocks, we're talking like actual things that it's made out of. Actual elements.
So going all the way down to the periodic table, Earth is made mostly of 4 things: iron, oxygen, silicon, and magnesium.
And just as a fun fact, we need all of those in our body, so it's a good thing that the Earth is made of these things.
Yes. So they're getting more complicated. We've also got organic chemicals, which are things containing compounds that occur in living things or resemble living things. So that's anything from hydrocarbons, alcohol, fossils,
Coal, fun things like that. Then you have glass. Now, we generally think of glass as some sort of man-made substance, but initially we didn't make glass, we found it. The most common form of glass that we find out there is obsidian or volcanic glass, but there are other types of glass that we can get into later.
Then you've got dirt, which is more scientifically called sediment. That's any of the loose stuff that you find in your garden. And it's not just that nice healthy topsoil that you plant stuff in, it's also the looser sandy stuff at the bottom of a riverbed, or the grainy stuff that Anakin hates out in the desert.
It's also the mud that you find on a lakeshore, or the clay mask that ladies like to put on their faces to make them feel like they're cleaning their pores out.
Then you have metals. Metals are, once again, mostly the stuff that you find in the periodic table. Gold, tin, iron, silver.
Aluminum.
And those you'll typically find near volcanoes as they're spewing up their last magma. The metal ores start coming out. But you'll also find metal in...
You'll find them along fault lines, so places where earthquakes happen. They'll also come out in solution, so they'll come out of water. That's not as common, but it happens. Usually you need a heat source though. And usually you're not going to find like pure gold just sitting somewhere, it's going to be in an ore. And then lastly, that we're going to really touch on here are melts. So melts, we're not talking about like your ice cream melting on a hot summer day. We're talking about hot, liquid or semi-liquid malleable rocks. So think like taffy, something that's easily manipulated and flows.
But don't chew it and don't touch it because it's very, very hot.
Yeah, like thousands of degrees hot. Don't touch it. Also, it's spewing off a lot of really toxic gas, so don't breathe it in either. And
that's typically that's the magma or lava that you see coming out of volcanoes. You can get a really good and mostly safe look at it in Hawaii if you're ever
or Iceland.
Or Iceland if you're ever on Mauna Loa. That's in Hawaii, not Iceland.
No, honestly, we can't pronounce any of the places in Iceland because we aren't Scandinavian. So
yeah, nobody in this country can. I think it's Reykjavik, but I'd have to actually look up that pronunciation.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's a good question.
I know that there's more pronunciation involved than we think.
Yes. Generally, you've also got rocks, minerals, which are the parts of rocks. So this is a rock. This is a mineral. Is a rock. This is a mineral.
But don't be fooled, because this is also a rock, but it's also a mineral.
And it's not always quite so fine-grained. Because this is a rock, but it's not a mineral. No, that's some kind of wave pattern from the bottom of a prehistoric lake.
Yep. It's actually Triassic.
Oh, is it? Nice.
Yep,
Where'd you find that?
Moenkopi.
Sorry?
It's Moenkopi of Irish Canyon, Colorado.
Nice.
Yep, found that when I slipped and sat on a fossil footprint.
Oh, wow, there you go.
Best way to find fossils. So yeah, if you want, since you're zooming in on everything, we can show you my fun little collection I got here. So this is a granodiorite from the Wasatch Front, actually. Down goes Pappy. This is a belemnite from the Curtis Formation of the Jurassic period. So it's like middle late Cretaceous or Jurassic. This is also from the same formation. It's some part of a shell. Obviously it's a fragment, so I don't know what kind, but it is a shell. This is a slab of gypsum from the same area. These are also gypsum. These are actually what you call desert rose. So they make fun little patterns. Also from the same spot. This is a chunk of petrified wood from the Morrison Formation of the Jurassic. Same area. And then this is a huge chunk of chert that came off of the cap rock in the canyon we were working in. That's all over the place. And yeah.
And then we have some model dinosaur bones.
This is a Camptosaurus ungle that I made in college. See, that's my name on it.
And here's a model Stegosaurus spike.
I actually held the real one, which is why I got that.
And then we have a rather less accurate model of a Stegosaurus skeleton.
Nope. So we got all kinds of fun goodies.
All kinds of fun stuff. I can bring in my rocks next time. I should have thought about that this time, but you know, whatever.
It's fun.
We got plenty of time.
So you can see from the basic setup here how to build an Earth and how we're planning to kind of run these episodes. They are meant for kids and adults alike who like dinosaurs, who like rocks, who like fossils, who like watching two paleontologists who are not tech savvy talk about rocks on a camera and goof up.
We also, we will talk more in detail about various types of dinosaurs, various and
Minerals,
more, minerals and stuff. That's the other thing is, if you're trying to identify some kind of mineral that you found or some kind of rock that you found, hopefully we can give you a hand with that. But we want to start with more basic stuff first, because one, it builds us up as content creators, and also
You need a foundation in order to work.
You need a foundation. Some of those rock hounds have no idea what they're doing.
And it's because they haven't learned about the rocks that they live around.
Yes.
And it's so important to know what you're living on top of. So we're hoping to be able to help with that. And in between lessons, we also plan to have some reaction videos to, movies about geologic features and dinosaurs and things. So, of course, Jurassic Park will be amongst them, but things like Dante's Peak, which is about volcanoes, fun things like that. And
or 2012.
Yeah.
God forbid.
Wait till I show you the Watch Mojo video I found today. That thing was a nightmare.
It was painful for me to watch. I'm not in geology or paleontology.
Which Watch Mojo one was it?
It was a brand new one they came out with about. They labeled the video the top 10 most important dinosaur finds, but what it really was the top 10 most important paleontological finds, and it really didn't do it justice. It stuck to the Mesozoic. It gave a lot of misinformation. They did not research at all, and normal people were pointing this out. Like they were saying that, talking about Diplodocus, and mentioned that it was shown in the very first Jurassic Park, which they showed as a Brachiosaurus, because that's what it is. Not even the same family of sauropods.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you'll get a kick out of us critiquing that one, because Watch Mojo is supposed to be one of those groups that actually does the research, and generally they're all right. But this was just blatantly.
Right.
This one was blatantly just no effort.
Painful.
Yeah.
So, anyway, that'll be it for today. Next episode, we're going to dive deep into the Earth, and we're going to give you the lowdown of the interior of our planet.
The very low down.
Yeah. And we'll talk about that, and we'll have great visuals for you, so look forward to that.
For that, we'll see, you know, maybe, I mean, a lot of this is up to you, our viewers, to decide, because, you know, we gotta create stuff for the peoples.
And we are not at all against giving us suggestions, so if there's things you want to learn, tell us in the comments. Both of us have strong teaching backgrounds, so we want to be able to teach you what you want to learn.
Yeah.
We both had to sit through those classes we just don't care about, so
Yeah.
don't let us be those teachers. Aside from the comments, make sure you subscribe and tell your friends.
Yeah. Leave a comment, subscribe,
Press the like
press
button.
the like button, all that stuff.
Notification bells.
Yeah, you know, you want to be notified. That's important too.
Oh, very good
No.
point.
And yeah, I don't know how to end these.
Yeah, did you?